Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up everyone? Riven here. Welcome back to More Dice Gaming. So guys, we have about 4 days until Warlords of New York releases and we start hunting down the rogue agents down in Lower Manhattan. Agent Keener can run, but he definitely cannot hide. I am super excited for this. With Warlords coming, for many of you who may not know, we have some big changes. I want to do a quick recap so everyone knows what to expect when we jump into Warlords of New York. First up I want to discuss with you is Gear 2.0. Gear is being reworked to make it easier to understand, show how good this, so you'll be able to see how good the stats you got are, and if it's a god roll. All stats can god roll, and that's just awesome. So they're really looking towards to try and make everything feel satisfying to progress. So it's not like, oh, I don't know what I got. I'm not sure if this is better. Is this better? I'm not sure. Let me deconstruct it, because I can't really tell. So they're really going to make it easy to understand, and the fact that god roll is back is very, very nice. The good thing about Gear 2.0 is you'll also be able to permanently store gear attributes at the stat recalibration station. So you'll be able to take certain guns and break down the stats, put it in your bank, and hold on to it at a later date and time. If you find another gun that you feel will be better for your spec, or a good gun that you really like, and take the god roll that you got from the one gun and throw it onto a different gun. So this should allow you to make more builds diverse and more flexible. Kind of like calling back to the Division 1, where Division 2 builds were kind of just like, it was kind of like, this was it, this all you could go. So hopefully this will allow definitely for more flexible builds. I'm really looking forward to the recalibration station. I think that's going to be just a big change and allowing people to really build out what they want. And the whole banking system is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in action. So we're going to see that in just a few short days. Along with the gear, we have 2 new exotics coming into play. First up in the exotics is the Lady Death. It comes with the talent called Breathe Free, and not only is this gun badass looking, it's the perfect run and gun SMG. So how it works, you gain stacks while moving, you gain more stacks while sprinting, and the more stacks you get, the more damage you're going to do. And the way that works is when you start shooting at your enemies, you consume the stacks that you were running with to amplify your damage. So that'll be very nice. So move, do more damage. Also, when you kill an enemy, you're going to gain a speed boost so you can move faster, so you can get stats quicker. So if you're the run and gunner type, yo, this gun is completely for you, and it's just badass looking. I mean, look how beautiful that is. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Love it. So next up, on the exotic realm, we also have the Bullet King. This comes with the talent called Talent Bullet Hell. This gun is perfect for people who just don't like reloading and want continuous fire. It's also a call out to the Bullet King from the Decision 1, and I like it. It's pretty cool looking. I like the gold. I like the gold right there. Fit for a king. So it has a talent where on every 100 hits, the gun will replenish everyone's ammo in the group. I hope this does not get nerfed. This is awesome because in reality, Ubisoft just baked IDKFA into this gun. So if you guys know what that is, more points to you. We also have some new gear sets coming out. We have the Striker gear and the System Corruption. Strikers mainly focus on PvE. System Corruption will be focused on PvP. If you remember Division 1, you had the Striker set, which is pretty powerful in both areas of PvE and PvP, but this time it's really focused on the PvE side because of the gear set bonuses, which is kind of like a gamble. You amplify, when weapons hit, amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. 1 stack is lost each second, 3 stacks are lost every time you miss. Definitely something you don't want to use in PvP, because if you're just running without seeing anybody, you're not going to have that weapon damage up anymore. Whereas you're going through missions and raids, it's really going to be beneficial for there, because there's always going to be enemies coming around the corner, every now and then. You're not going to be searching for somebody constantly. So definitely focus more on PvE gear. Where PvP, System Corruption, the Hack Step protocol replaces armor kits with an instant infinite use ability on a 20-second cooldown that grants 50% bonus armor and hides your nameplate for 5 seconds. So that's nice. I would use that right before I went rogue or something, so I hide my nameplate so they can give me 5 seconds extra after I went rogue, which give the enemy I'm attacking a harder time of finding me. It also gives you pulse resistance, so even if they have pulse on them, they won't be able to, they'll be a little bit harder to see. So very cool for the PvP side of things. Looking forward to collecting both of these gear sets to play in both areas of the game. Second, if you are not aware, we are heading back into Manhattan. We're going back to New York, and in Lower Manhattan this time, and we're going to be visiting the areas Battery Park, the Civic Center, 2 Bridges, and the Financial District. This time there's going to be a fog of war though, which means you're going to have to explore each area to uncover it. I like the fog of war in games like this, but if you played like Diablo, Grim Dawn, anything like that, You always have this fog of war. You kind of have to explore the map to unlock everything. You just don't see everything out in the open. I like that because it really promotes exploration, finding cool different things, Easter eggs, and just you know, good loot and whatever might have you. So I'm looking forward to the fog of war. I think that's cool. You can start the Warlords of New York story no matter what part in the story you already are in, but you cannot go back to Washington, D.C. until you finish the actual X-Pack story. Once you finish, you can travel between both of them with ease. So with Warlords, you're also going to be given a level 30 boost. If you watch my level 30 boost video, you should know how to get it. If you don't, make sure you check it out. The 30 boost will boost you to level 30, bring you to tier level 5, and give you some basic, 500 level gear item, which is not like the best gear, but will be good enough to start getting you into the invaded missions and things like that to level you up if you decide to do it now 4 days before Warlords of New York releases, or if it's just something you want to boost into level 30 and go check out Warlords of New York and then level up to 40 in there. So in Manhattan, we're going to be tracking down rogue agents that are Agent Keener and his merry band of rogue agents, and after killing them, we're going to get their skills. So there's 4 skills we're going to grab. Coming back, making a big comeback as the sticker grenade, along with inside the sticker grenade using the same launcher, you have the incendiary grenade, which will pretty much light everything on fire. And we have the hologram, which will be very nice, using PvE to just kind of distract the enemies you're fighting and something that looks like you. And then we have the shock trap, which I think is going to be really, really powerful in PvP. You can drop this down. What's done right now is a 3-second stun. So 3 seconds stun your guy. It's a shock trap, kind of like an explosive bomb that goes off and will just shock the guy and keep him in place for about 3 seconds, which is pretty badass. Which I can see it being used in distraction areas. You set up a trap, so because you know you've been following a guy, don't want to pop on him yet. Follow him to your distraction point, throw down your shock trap. He gets shocked for 3 seconds, take him down, steal the loot, and get the heck out of there. So I think it's going to be many different ways of using it. I'm looking forward to see how people use it, and I can't wait to use it. So shock trap sounds really powerful. Another thing I hope does not get nerfed. With Warlords of New York, you're pushing to level 40, and this will be, and along with level 40, we're getting a new raid called the Foundry. There will be one that's level 30 and one that's level 40. And if you know the Division, majority of content in Division can be soloed. You can solo all the way up to the new legendary world map setting and the legendary settings on the missions. The raids cannot be sold, so make sure you get some gear. Make sure you get geared up really good. Find some of your best agents and go take on that hardest content. We just mentioned the new missions. There will be a legendary mission mode that to really test your aspects of all combat. So making sure that you can aim, you can dodge, you can use all your skills, accurately and take down the hardest mobs in the game. This will also scale with how many other agents there are, so make sure you are prepared to go into this challenge. Do not go in thinking you're going to go in with like this mediocre build and kick Legendary Mode's ass. It's meant to be difficult, and Ubisoft is probably aware that maybe only 1% of the community will be able to take on this mode, and that's okay. You can also change the world to hard, challenging, and legendary. So if you want a heroic, if you want to go in there as well and take on the world to do that skill, make sure that. But make sure you're geared up. Please don't be running to the forums and screaming Care Bears, because you know what you're getting into when you go to it. So next up on our list of discussion, we have Seasons. Seasons will open up 7 days after Warlords of New York releases. So that's going to release on the 3rd. 7 days later will be March 10th. They will last about 12 weeks and can only be started after you reach level 40. Seasons seem cool because they will continue the actual narrative story. There's going to be 100 levels per season. This will take about an average player of 30 minutes to an hour to reach one level in the seasons. The season loot will unlock apparel, season-specific loot, named weapons, and gear. Anyone who has the Warlords of New York will already have access to all seasonal content for free. Players who wish to get an additional rewards while gaining season levels can purchase a season pass, kind of like Fortnite's Battle Pass, and they will give you additional track of gear from the loot tables, the apparel, keys, crafting materials, and much, much more. Seasons will also include manhunts. Every new season will have to go against and find a new target. And these manhunts will bring you between New York and DC. And finishing these manhunts will give you access to new unique skill mods. So make sure you do these manhunts, because these new skill mods could actually be something that will change the way your skill acts completely, and maybe is something beneficial to the build you're running. So make sure you do those manhunts. They're going to be well worth it, and they could be part of the narrative. So it'll be very cool to keep going through those narratives. So we'll also have leagues in the season. So these are time attack missions that will be competitive against other players to see how well you do in the amount of time and the settings. And you'll have leaderboards to see how well you do against the players, how fast you did it, and things like that. So the first league up is West Side, and it's to be focusing on defeating outcasts. There are also global events coming in the Warlords of New York, and the one starting right away is the polarity switch. And this is players and enemies will have a visible positive or negative charge. Attacking an enemy with the same polarity as yourself will do increased damage. Attacking with opposite will have very bad consequences. So really pay attention to what polarity you have on yourself and the enemies have on you. Because if you shoot one with the opposite of you, you're going to feel it. Switching, reloading, and melee attacking enemies will change your polarity. So pay attention as you reload. Because if you are negative and go positive and the enemy is positive, enemy is negative, you're going to get hurt. So pay attention. Special weapon skills and grenades will not affect the polarity. So that's cool. So I'm going to look. The polarity sound fun. These will also last about a week, and these will also provide different rewards, have different levels. It's separate from the infinite progression levels. We'll get into that a little bit in just a little bit. So make sure you pay attention to what's actually happening. And the global events, I think, would be very worth doing because they're going to have their own reward system baked in. Next up, we have the Dark Zone. There's no new Dark Zone in New York. They're going to be focusing on the DC ones. So many of the changes going to the Dark Zone are going to be the DC area. And to quote what the developer said, this will be for the wolves, not the sheeps. I think that's really important here. If you're used to the Dark Zone, how it was before Warlords of New York, where you just go around, run around, and farm PvE aspects, that's not going to happen anymore. If you're not someone who likes PvP and who likes being jumped and who likes being shot at by other players, the Dark Zone's not going to be for you. The Dark Zone is being changed to really focus on PvP, and I'm really, really liking that because that's the way it should be. So, this is where agents can go rogue on each other and shoot them, and shoot each other, take each other down, steal loot from each other, and just be kind of all of douchey. So I'm really looking forward to this. They're really trying to bring back that player interaction. So it's going to reward you for helping others. It's going to reward you for being a rogue agent or attacking shade agents and things like that. So it's going to be really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I think that the focus to put PvP as the front and not a mixture of both in the Dark Zone is in the right direction for the Dark Zone. So there will be also no longer amount of time to go rogue. So I think when you actually hold down the button, it's 300 milliseconds. Players will still get alerted in that time, but you can pretty much do anything you want. So you could be sprinting while going rogue. You could be aiming at the player you want to take out. So I think it's going to be great. There's going to be also perks that will be changed and updated with the Dark Zone. So we'll be keeping an eye out for those as we see them. Number 5, and I believe is our last one we're going to be talking about, is the infinite progression system, or the shade levels. I have to tell you something. This is something I love. This is something that I love from many games. Diablo's done it. Borderlands have done it. But I just have to give a call back to EverQuest because they invented the Paragon level. And that's the reason why you see them in games today. I love that they did this. And it was just a great way of really advancing your character in that a massive MMORPG that just took the 90s by storm. Anyway, back on topic. You will be able to have core attributes, which will have a finite cap. And you also have the scavenge cap, which will be infinite levels to actually level up your infinity. So then the skills are for the core attributes are offense, defense, utility, and miscellaneous. And then you have the scavengers, which will be towards like credit or materials, mod, things like that you'll be able to boost your chances of finding things or getting things, stuff, and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to the shade level because this is extra something to do. Another cool thing about the infinite progression system is that it's not required. There's not a required level for you to have to sit down and be like, oh, I need to be level 400 to be able to do this mission. They didn't want to do that, so it doesn't break the game. It's really going to be focused on just what you want to focus on. It's going to give you a little of a boost, but it's not going to overall break the game where other, you needed those to actually advance forward in certain game modes and other games. So this is really just going to be something fun to do, and instead of just getting a box at the end of a level, you get these points you can level up with. So that's cool. I'm really glad that they put this in. There are really, honestly, so many changes that I think we covered, and I'm very excited about, and I can't wait to dive into next Tuesday. So just, if you guys are excited, I want to hear below what you're most excited about. What what features and content are you excited about the most to jump into this Tuesday as we get ready for Warlords of New York? So I would love to hear. Just drop it down, comment below. If you found this video helpful, consider liking it. It definitely helps it out. It gets other people's views on it, and it helps them find information they might have questioning Warlords of New York, information they have looking for that you might have been looking for as well. And then, if you don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos usually every week. It's been a little crazy this week. I was in a car accident, so I'm trying to get everything together. So that's why I haven't had a new video out yet. But we're mellowing down, so I'll have my videos out again. And I also stream right here on YouTube as well, so make sure you check those out if you get a chance. But I appreciate you all watching this, and I cannot wait to hang out with you all in New York. It's going to be an awesome time. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll talk to you all guys next time. Peace out, everyone.